Meet Sarah from Michigan. Last year, her rent went up $450 in a single month. Her grocery bill? Now $800 for what used to cost $480. She makes the same salary she did 2 years ago. Sarah isn't alone. Right now, 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, many for the first time in their lives. So, what changed? Why are bills crushing families faster than ever before? And why does it feel like no matter how hard you work, you're falling further behind? Today, we're exposing the 4 hidden forces destroying American wallets right now, including one shocking factor almost nobody is talking about. Let's begin. This isn't just about inflation anymore. This is about a perfect storm hitting Americans all at once. Rent in major cities? Up 30% since 2020. Groceries? A basket that cost $100 in 2019 now costs $175. Car insurance? Jumped 26% in just 1 year. Utilities? Up double digits in 38 states. And then there's the silent killer, credit card interest rates, hitting levels we haven't seen in over 20 years. But here's what nobody's connecting. These bills didn't all rise at once by accident. There's a chain reaction happening, and it started with something most people don't even realize is still affecting them today. Let's start with the first domino. You've heard about inflation. Supply chains broke down. Prices went up. But here's what they didn't tell you. When supply chains collapsed in 2021 and 2022, companies didn't raise prices immediately. They waited. They watched their competitors. They tested the waters. Grocery chains raised prices in waves, first by 5%, then another 8%, then another 12%. By the time you noticed, the damage was done. Landlords did the same thing. They saw rent increases work in New York and California, so they pushed them nationwide. It became a domino effect. This is the lag. The crisis you're feeling right now started 3 years ago, but you're only paying the full price today in 2025. Your paycheck didn't get smaller. Your bills just got bigger and kept getting bigger even after inflation cooled down. But the inflation lag explains maybe half the crisis. The next force is even more dangerous, and it's the one Americans fear the most. These are the bills you can't negotiate. You can't skip them, you can't cancel them. Auto insurance, up 40% in some states. Why? Because repair costs exploded, car theft spiked, and insurance companies are passing it all to you. Homeowners insurance? In Florida and California, some people saw their rates triple. Thousands of families are now uninsurable. Utilities aren't far behind. Electricity rates jumped 15 to 25% in states like Texas, Arizona, and Georgia. Gas, heating oil, same story. And rent? It's not just big cities anymore. Mid-sized towns across America saw rent increases of 20, 30, even 40% since 2020. Here's the trap. These aren't one-time expenses. They hit you every single month. They're automatic. They're unavoidable. And even if every single one of these bills froze today, millions of Americans would still be drowning because there's one financial trap that's destroying families faster than anything else. Credit card debt is now America's second rent. Average credit card interest rate? 24.8%. Some cards are charging over 30%. And here's the nightmare. Millions of Americans aren't using credit cards for vacations or new TVs. They're using them to buy groceries, to pay rent, to cover medical bills. Let's say you owe $8,000 on a card at 25% interest. If you only pay the minimum, you'll spend over 20 years paying it off and pay nearly $14,000 in interest alone. Take Marcus from Texas. Same job, same expenses, but when the Fed raised interest rates, his credit card minimum payments doubled. He didn't spend more money, he just got crushed by interest. And it's not just credit cards. Buy now, pay later exploded. It feels harmless. 4 easy payments. But people are stacking them. 5 BNPL plans at once, then 6. Then they miss one, and the fees start piling on. This is the avalanche. Debt feeding more debt. Interest eating paychecks. Americans working just to pay for money they already spent. But there's still one more piece to this crisis, and it's the one nobody sees coming until it's too late. You got a raise last year, maybe 3%, maybe 4%. You felt good for about a week. Then you checked your bank account and somehow you had less money than before. Here's why. Your raise got eaten alive. Health insurance premiums up 7%. Taxes adjusted for your new bracket. 401k contributions still the same percentage, but now on a higher number you're not actually seeing. Wage growth since 2020? About 5% per year. Cost of living increase? 7 to 9% per year. You're working the same hours, you're making more money, but your actual purchasing power, it's shrinking. This is why it feels like you're running on a treadmill that keeps speeding up. You're not imagining it. You're getting poorer while technically earning more. So if everything is more expensive and your paycheck is worth less, what happens next? Right now, across America, the consequences are everywhere. 64% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. Eviction filings in some cities are pre-pandemic highs. Medical debt is the #1 cause of bankruptcy. People are choosing between pills and groceries. Food bank lines are growing, dollar stores are packed, families are skipping meals to make rent. This isn't just affecting the poorest Americans anymore. This is hitting the middle class, people with college degrees, two-income households, families who did everything right. The American dream didn't disappear. It just became unaffordable. But people aren't giving up. They're fighting back. And there are ways to survive this. So what can you actually do right now? 1. Call your insurance company. Shop around. People are saving $500 or more per year just by switching. 2. If you have credit card debt, look into balance transfer cards with 0% intro APR. Stop paying 25% interest. 3. Cancel subscriptions you forgot about. The average American pays for 5 they don't use. 4. Use cashback apps and bill negotiation services. Trim, Rocket Money, Truebill. They work. 5. Consider a side hustle. Freelancing, delivery apps, online tutoring. Even $500 extra per month changes everything. And some people are making the hard choice, moving to cheaper states. Tennessee, Texas, Florida, places where your dollar goes further. You're not powerless. Small moves add up. Every dollar you save is a dollar you keep. Americans aren't drowning because they're irresponsible. They're not drowning because they're lazy. They're drowning because the cost of simply existing in America has exploded. And the system isn't built to help you survive it. But you're not alone. Millions are fighting the same fight. And the more we understand what's really happening, the better chance we have to push back. If this video helped you understand what's really going on, hit that like button and subscribe, because we're breaking down the financial traps they don't want you to see. And if you want to know the next financial crisis heading for American families, I've got a video on that. Click the one on your screen right now.